Verse 21. When a woman is giving birth, she has sorrow because her hours come. But when she has delivered the baby, she no longer remembers the anguish for joy that a human being has been born into the world. Right? I think, most have seen, like, on movies or wherever, a woman giving birth and shouting, it's painful. I think the majority of people know that it is painful. All females who's given birth know it very well. And as men, we will never understand that kind of pain, but they know it, right? But then it's always of like, so they had the child, and then they want more. Why? Because well, in general, not always. I mean, it was like, oh, that was too painful, never. But with all the pain, and next time they kind of want more children, and because of I gave birth to a human being. I brought a new human being into this world. It's a using thing that, as a man, we will never, ever be able to understand. So, women, when they get so, oh, men can be pastors. Why can't we be pastors? I sometimes feel, I mean, it would not be, we will never be able to experience what it means to bring a new life into this world. Yes, we're part of that life that's formed, but we're not the one bringing that life into the world. Women are. So we can't complain. We can't say, oh, we wish we could explain, not sure, the pain, but we wish we could experience as well. It's a big thing, right? And so Jesus is saying this. This is kind of, it's bad when it's happening. It's hurtful. It's pain. But after there's joy. There's joy. We want more of this. Okay, it's a bit, maybe, I don't know, like a roller coaster going down. Like when you're on top of that thing and you're thinking of it, like, like, oh, no, and then it goes down. It's like, yeah, we want more of this kind of idea. That thrill, the adrenaline that comes afterwards. Now, yeah, I'm not big on roller coasters because I hate heights, but you sometimes get ones that's like kind of kiddies ones, kind of that I kind of go on. But anyhow, so it's the adrenaline that comes with it. You don't want it, but then after going through, it's like, oh yeah, I want this again. Maybe eating like durian. Yeah, I mean that smell it puts you off, but then you eat it and you taste it, and you're like, okay, I want more, kind of idea, right? Verse 22. So also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you. Yes, you have sorrow now, right? But you'll see me again, and you will rejoice. Again, that is after the resurrection. So the sorrow, then he sees him, and then they will rejoice. Jesus is going to, like, that pain of childbirth, right? A lot worse pain that Jesus is going to experience. And they will experience sorrow, but as well at the same time, when he leaves, again they will experience a sorrow. It's like a roller coaster of emotions that they're going to go through. And it's only then at the outpouring of the Spirit, ultimately, that they will see everything and will understand everything, and only then actually will their joy be full, and no one can take that joy from them, because only then will they understand what were all these things about. So no one will be able to take their joy from him. No one, because Jesus is going to be on the throne. He's going to be with the Father, and from him where he will rule, and no one will be able to depose him off that throne, and they will experience that then for all eternity. The joy won't be, even though they're going to try. They're going to stone them. They're going to kill them. Herod is going to kill James, right? And so all this, Stephen will be stoned, and Peter will be killed, and Paul will be killed. All will die except for, John. Even John will be banned for a while, banished to Patmos, right? It's not going to be easy, but their joy is never going to be taken. None of those things could take their joy away from them. Verse 23. In that day you'll ask nothing of me. Truly, truly, I say to you, whatever you ask of the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Okay, so again, in that day when the joy comes, you'll ask nothing of me, right? That you ask, what you ask in my Father's name, that is what he will give. So you won't ask me, but what you will ask, that you will give. again, is the question of what are they asking? Because they're asking, they want to ask questions now, but they're not asking questions because they don't understand yet. Okay, so they're not asking, but then they will understand, and then the questions will be asked, and then the understanding will come because the Father will give the explanation. And the asking for, and I mean, and as well, Jesus spoken a number of times about this, asking for things and not asking for things, and how you're supposed. And I don't want to really go into this again because I've mentioned it so many times. They asked in my Father in my name, right? So he's asking not your wants, he's asking what Jesus wants. Okay, so they're asking at that stage. They're afraid to ask because they think they're supposed to understand anyhow, and they don't want things because they don't want to ask for. They don't understand anything. Their asking is wrong, right? But now, so in that sense, they're not asking of Jesus. But now, after all of these things happens, then their asking will be right, right? And then they will ask the right things, not the wrong things anymore. They'll ask the right things, and then the right things the Father will give to them because they're asking for the right things. They're not asking for the wrong things anymore. Okay, so is the asking, it's not as if they're not asking, it's that again the question is still the wrong, or the things they want is the wrong things. So like, then they will understand what to ask, and they will ask in the Father's name, and the Father will give to them. Verse 24, until now you have asked nothing in my name. Ask and you will receive, that your joy may be full. Okay, so as well, Jesus is with them, so it's like, that's enough. We don't, but now it's not going to be. Now we understand everything. Now we ask in the name of Jesus, right? So that the joy will be full, so that they can do what they have to, right? They're doing the work of Jesus, therefore loving Jesus, has been saying. Then they will ask as well for the right things, and they will receive these right things, and their joy will be full. Their joy is not going to be full because they get a Ferrari or something like that, or get a mansion in Switzerland or anything like a Schloss there or whatever, right? That is not what makes your joy full. This is asking in the name of Jesus. So what Jesus wants, and then you get what Jesus wants, and then your joy will be full. Not getting what you want is not going to make your joy full. Getting what Jesus wants is going to make your joy full. Yeah, so enjoy that beautiful view out there. You know, some houses, and trying to see